Hi, my name is Terry, and this is my 10-minute introductory video for EMS teaching methodology class. So thanks for watching. Also, I wanted to say thank you to Billy Shelton for sending the email out to the class asking for questions that would help to guide me in what to talk to you all about during this video. So thank you, classmates who responded. I believe that I got questions from every person except for one. And I want to thank you because that makes it a little more interesting for you, that hopefully I'm answering the questions that you want to, I'm giving you the answers you want to know. So here we go. Are you a dog or a cat person? That's a good question, and I'm a dog person. I've had Great Danes, and I currently have a Bloodhound that is a search and rescue tracking trailing dog, so he's a working dog. And I've had barn cats, but never had any in-the-house cats. Both my girls are allergic to cats, so dog person. No offense, cat people. Good question, and thank you. Second question. These are in random order. Where were you born? Where did you grow up? And where do you live now? I was born in Columbia, North Carolina, which is in Terrell County. And I grew up in Portsmouth, Virginia. And then moved back to North Carolina after I finished college and lived in Johnston County. I lived in Harnett County, and then I lived in Johnston County at McGee's Crossroads for about 30 years. I currently live in Creswell, North Carolina, which is in Washington County. If you had told me that I would end up in my older age living in Washington County right near where I was born, I would have said, I don't believe so, but this is where I am and this is God's plan, so it's okay with me. Next question. Where did you go to college? What was your major? I went to Virginia Tech my first year and was in pre-vet program there and had the goal of being an equine veterinarian. I was only there for 1 year, decided to get married, and so transferred and went back to Chesapeake, Virginia, went to Tidewater Community College for 2 years, and then went to Virginia Wesleyan. I'm one of those rare folks that can really manage to get the most out of every situation. I was able to squeeze 4 years of college into 5, but I graduated in 1984 with a degree in secondary education and biology. So from equine vet to high school teacher, imagine that. Good question, thank you. What do you like to do in your free time? Well, now that I'm retired, I have a lot more free time. I love to read, and so two of my favorite books, if you haven't read, Boy's Life, and then also Peace Like a River. Those are two excellent books I highly recommend. They're fiction, but they're just really beautifully written, wonderful stories. I like to watch silly movies like Nacho Libre, Joe Dirt, crazy stuff like that, just immature. We bought a pontoon boat last year, and so we like to take the boat out on to Lake Phelps, which is here in Pettigrew State Park, right down the road. And Lake Phelps is the second largest natural lake in North Carolina. It's very beautiful. If you haven't ever visited, come and visit me, and we'll go out on the pontoon boat on the lake. Also have kayaks, and we like to kayak on the lake. We do train a lot for search and rescue, work the dog a lot. So do that. I like to nap, and that is a benefit of being retired. Like to bike ride. If you've never done the Virginia Creeper Trail, that's a lot of fun. Don't worry, it's mostly downhill, and it's a lot of fun. Good way to spend a day. So that was a great question. I'm not an artsy craftsy person, and I'm not a cook or baker, so just kind of the more outdoor activities for me. Thank you. Good question. Why did you get married again at such an old age? I ask myself that question every day. But basically it was because God told me to. Kerry was my summertime boyfriend when I would come here every summer for vacation Bible school, stay with my grandparents. He was my summertime boyfriend. And then after about 40 years of not seeing each other, having no contact whatsoever, we saw each other at a funeral, and I spent a year asking God about this, and God said, he's for you. And so got married. Thank you for that, Amy Grimes. Good question. Do you have kids or grandkids? Actually, we do have a blended family. Carrie had 3 kids. I have 2 daughters. My daughters are 36 and 33. And his kids, he has a daughter 37 and 2 sons 35 and 34. And between them, we have a dozen grandkids. So this past Christmas, we were blessed to have about 26 people, 28 people here in the house for Christmas. It was wonderful. Highly recommend it to you. Good question. Thank you. And then where and what did you teach? So I'm a retired teacher, retired in 2015. When you retire from Johnston County Schools, you get this nice clock. The batteries are shot, but here's the memento. You also get a retirement check, which is nice. Thank you for that. I taught at Western Harnett for 1 year, and then I taught physical science, and then I taught at Roseburg-Salenberg Middle School for 4 years. I taught 7th and 8th grade science. I taught at South Johnston High School for 20 years. I was in the corner classroom on the courtyard, and I taught every science there except for physics. And then at Cleveland High School from 2010 to 2015, helped to open that new school and hopefully build a really great and strong science department. And I taught everything bio, AP environmental, physical science, earth and environmental science, anatomy and physiology. And that's actually how I got into JCC and ended up being a paramedic, was because of Mick Stewart's daughter, Taylor. She brought her dad in as a guest speaker, and I said, I'm going to retire before too long. What do I do to be an EMT? And he said, come to JCC. So as soon as I retired, that's what I did. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Mick. Things that make you laugh and cry. Things that make me laugh are usually immature things, retelling funny stories, embarrassing moments, things like that. That Back It Up Terry video, that's pretty funny to me. Grandpa at Toll Booth is really funny to me. Amy Grimes, the one about the man breaking the bottle on his head, I watch that on the regular, just because that's how people are. And sometimes you just need a good laugh. Things that make me cry. My children say I'm a leaky vessel, because Jesus just squeezes my heart and it just comes right out my eyes. So it can be something beautiful, music, scenery, art. It can be a person that's just being beautiful. But then also can be when I see people being mean or ugly or hurting other people, things that break my heart make me cry. I'm not crying right now, Amy. Did good, didn't I? Why did you become a paramedic? Well, I said I knew I was going to retire. I had a goal to go into the Peace Corps and volunteer, and I really was hoping to get back to Kenya. I had done a mission trip there in the early 90s, stayed a couple of weeks, and so I knew that I could teach in the Peace Corps or another NGO, but it seemed that if I could help with healthcare, that would be good also. And so took the EMT class in 2015 and then went right on into the paramedic class, and just trying to build that resume and have more value to myself. Obviously, I didn't get into the Peace Corps. I'm not in Kenya. I still think I'm valuable, and every avenue I've explored thus far is not a waste of my time or energy. I do believe in learning all you can learn, and if Washington County's my Kenya, so be it. Top 3 things that top 3 things that you should know about me. I'm a woman of faith. I love the Lord. I go all in, and I don't like to disappoint people. So I've got a whole bunch more questions here, but I think I've about run out of time. You You can see me in class if you want the answers to some of these. Some of them are pretty funny, most embarrassing moments and things like that. But thank you for watching my video. When you're as old as dirt, it's hard to condense a lot of the things into 10 minutes. But thank you, and I'll see you in class. Bye-bye.